Welcome back to SourceFedNERD. My name is Whitney, and I am addicted to crappy TLC reality shows.
Oh, so brave. Thank you for sharing. I am Philip Molina, and I'm a poor man's Louis Litt. Here's a picture.
Oh my lord, did you guys see the trailer for Passengers that dropped today?
Congratulations if you did, because you got to watch the entire movie for free.
Seriously, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go ahead and watch it, but maybe stop like halfway through.
Supposedly, research does show that movies that give away more in their trailers actually perform better in the box office, but honestly, just enough's enough, please.
That's weird. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So if you somehow watched it and don't know what the movie's about, basically we've got Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence on a spaceship. It's making one of those epically long journeys they have to put all the passengers into hibernation on.
You know, those epically long space journeys we all go on.
All right, and this one is supposedly like 120 years long. For some unknown reason, C. Pratt and J-Law wake up like 90 years early.
Also, careful researching into this movie because there's a huge spoiler about their wake up, and it's like the easiest thing to find. Like right when you Google it, it's like spoiler right there.
So like kids on Christmas that wake up before their parents, they get into all sorts of trouble.
They get drunk, they fall in love, typical kids on Christmas stuff. But let's talk about why this trailer floored us. So, favorite stuff, go.
Oh, I love when shit goes wrong and the bartender slams his head into the bar. Ugh, robots are crazy.
I love everything about it. Like, I'm weirdly obsessed with robots, so I gotta agree with that. But I also gotta give a shout out to that adorable little Roomba robot wingman at the beginning, a little joystick.
Love him.
I also like that it's got some really great references packed in there to some of my favorite sci-fi movies.
Top 3, quick.
The robot you mentioned definitely feels like a shout out to that spoopy bartender from The Shining. Not just in like the way he looks too, he happens to be working at a creepy bar that no one is supposed to be at.
Okay.
Big window that looks like the window in that movie Sunshine where you stare into the sun because that's a good idea. But that movie has amazing visuals, and this movie looks like it's gonna have a bunch of amazing ones too.
Cool.
The cryosleep pods, they look like they're arranged in this like circular, almost like flower-like pattern, and that almost looks like a bunch of the same pattern that we saw in the movie Alien, except it was one little flower bunch.
Kind of a stretch, but I'll call that 3. You did it.
Yay, okay, you go.
No. But side note, I also like how part of this movie looks like it's set in a perfume commercial.
Spot on, perfect. Very quick, I'm gonna call out that the writer for this, John Spates, he wrote Prometheus, but supposedly the version that we never saw, where it was actually like a direct prequel to the Alien movies, and he also helped come up with the story for the Doctor Strange movie. And this story itself, they've actually been trying to make it forever. Like at one point it was with Reese Witherspoon and Keanu.
What, Reeves?
No, the cat. That version never really came together, but supposedly the script is just so good they could not give up on it. They're finally making it. I think it's gonna be just as good as every movie set in space that we get at the end of each year like we have for the last 4 years.
Ah, that's my favorite time of year. So if you only see one movie set in space at the end of this year,
Watch Rogue One. Probably.
Yeah, definitely. But if you see 2, check out this one as well.
Anything to avoid Christmas time with the family.
We also have a bit of weird gaming news today. First up, it's the meme that refuses to die about an animal that did die. That's right, I'm talking about everyone's favorite primate, Harambe, who may have left this plane of existence but has now been immortalized in a fan-made Harambe versus Capcom fighting game that you can play on PC.
In the game, a good Samaritan warns Harambe that a shadow agency wants Harambe dead, you know, because of his psychic powers. So yeah, also Harambe is a psychic now, and he's told to seek out Ryu to test out his might and then try to catch a plane to his home country of Africa, Africa's continent, where he can finally be free as God intended. And then he probably like fights a bunch of Street Fighter characters or whatnot. I love it.
The group behind Harambe vs. Capcom is a self-proclaimed underground culture group called Otaku Gang, and this is not their first satirical game. They also created a Fallout 4 mod that places baseball star David Ortiz into the game, which is probably another meme I don't understand. I don't know. Keep up the good work, meme boys.
I just want to see dicks out for Blanca.
Oof. Now, if there's one thing that's been around since the dawn of nerd culture, it's romantic fan fiction. Who doesn't love to see their favorite characters get it on?
So it's definitely no surprise that one of the biggest games released this year, Overwatch, has some pretty intense fan fiction going on. The latest of which is an actual sim-style dating game. And of course it's called Lover Watch because that's brilliant.
It's great.
It's a game that hasn't even been released yet, but it already has a massive following on, of course, it's Tumblr.
Tumblr. Of course. However, don't get your dick out just yet, Philip.
Whoops.
One of the creators, Lucy Morris, has said the game will probably be rated PG-13, which means no animated naked titters just yet. Aww. Basically, she said she doesn't want to make any assumptions about the character's sexuality, and also doesn't want to make a porn game with Blizzard's IP. Shucks.
Lame. I mean, smart legally, but lame.
Lame.
My question for you is, do you guys ship video game characters the same way you ship SourceFed hosts? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, you wanted to chat about Game of Thrones real quick, right, Philip?
Yes, yeah, okay. It's not the biggest news, but backstage at the Emmys, George R. R. Martin, here to 4342 as Gurm, he was asked about Game of Thrones spin-offs, and he revealed he's got thousands and thousands of pages of fake history for that world with great stories he could tell.
Ooh, I love fake history, just like the moon landing.
Okay. So if you know Game of Thrones, you might know that there already is a series of stories about Dunk and Egg, which is Sir Duncan of the Kingsguard and the future boy King Aegon Targaryen V. And it's like 100 years-ish before the events of Game of Thrones, but this news refers to lots and lots of other stories that could set up an HBO spin-off prequel series, which HBO has said they're open to.
Yeah, no shit they'd be open to it. Game of Thrones leaving HBO is like when Sam quit his job as the overly pierced wonder in the underground circus.
Oh, you're doing the thing where he's not here to deny it, so he can say anything we want about him?
Truth. Right, so overly pierced Sam Basher, the circus freak. Fact.
Anywho, I'm just very excited about this story because if you've read The World of Ice and Fire, there are so many stories that sound even more epic than the events of Game of Thrones, and I would love to see them on screen.
Quick, name 40.
No. There's a battle that features over 3,000 dragons, and also the White Walkers, they ride ice spiders.
Cool, I read that on the teleprompter as rice spiders. That sounds
Also terrifying.
scary.
So, okay, that's it for us, but as for you, tell us how you feeling about the Passengers movie?
What are some of your favorite video game characters that need to be shipped?
Which
Intercourse.
which ones are you thinking of?
This is how sex works, right?
So you're excited for a potential Gurm prequel series, or do you think that Gurm needs to just finish his damn books he already has on his plate?
You know what we need to finish is that workout program that we started.
Oh yeah! Actually, today's episode is brought to you by Beachbody On Demand. And they gave us this cool hookup with the On Demand service where you could just watch any of the Beachbody workouts, and I did P90X because I love my homeboy Tony Horton.
You should show off your summer bod, Philip.
I will not show it off unless I get 1,000 tweets asking for it.
Whoa!
No, my summer bod always comes like late winter.
Yeah, I'm working on my summer bod right now for next 2017. There's so many. There's P90X, there's Insanity, which I want to try, but I'm too scared.
But seriously, I did the P90X on there, and I actually got ripped for the only time in my life, and then I ruined it, but I'm doing it again now to try to get ripped once again. Sign up for Beachbody On Demand today. You get a free 30-day membership. You just gotta go to blvd.nerd.com. That's what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the summer. I've been Whitney Moore.
I'm Philip. I'm Philip Basher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back to SourceFedNERD. Hey, look, Whitney's back. Yay!
Oh. What? What was that?
Probably has something to do with that weird thing that happened a few weeks ago. That should be paying off soon.